Solutions to oblique triangles. Law of sine and cosine. Oblique triangles. An oblique triangle is any triangle that is not a right triangle. For example, given this triangle ABC, where A, B, and C are not equal to 90 degrees. The cosine law. A squared is equal to B squared plus C squared minus 2BC times cos A. B squared is equal to A squared plus C squared minus 2AC times cos B. And C squared is equal to A squared plus B squared minus 2AB times cos C. Notice the pattern. Angle C is opposite to C. Angle B is opposite to side B. And angle A is opposite to side A. To use the cosine law, we need the givens. So, number one, there should be two sides and an angle given. Number two, all sides are given. Example. Given this triangle, two sides are given and an angle is given. B is equal to 23, side C is equal to 19, and angle A is equal to 48 degrees. So we're going to find A, side A. Since we're going to find side A, we're going to use the formula A squared is equal to B squared plus C squared plus 2BC times cos A. Let's substitute it. To A squared is equal to 23 squared plus 19 squared plus 2 times 23 times 19 times cos 48. To get cos 48 using your calculator, first, find and press the cos function button. Number 2, enter the angle. And number 3, press the equal or X button. Continuing, A squared is equal to 361 plus 529 plus 874 times 0.669, which we got from cos 48. A squared is equal to 361 plus 529 minus 585. Then A squared is equal to 305. Then square root of it is equal to 17.5. So X is equal to 17.5. Another example. A field is triangular in shape with sides 8, 5, and 10. To the nearest tenth of a degree, what is the measure of the angle? Here, all sides are given and angle C is the one that we're going to find. So, we're going to use the formula C squared is equal to A squared plus B squared minus 2AB times cos C, since this is the formula where we are going to use cos C. We can't use that formula, so we should isolate cos C. So cos C will become cos C is equal to A squared plus B squared minus C squared all over 2AB. Then substitute it. Cos C is equal to A squared plus 5 squared minus 10 squared all over 2 times 8 times 5. So cos C is equal to negative 11 over 18. So C is equal to cos negative 1, negative 0.1375. So C is equal to 97.9 degrees. So X is equal to 97.9 degrees. The sine law. The sine law is A over sine A is equal to B over sine B is equal to C over sine C, or sine A over A is equal to sine B over B is equal to sine C over C. Given this triangle, A is opposite to A, B is opposite to B, and C opposite to C. Using the sine law, when number 1, there are two angles and a side known. 2, two sides and an angle opposite of the other side, which is a special case, are given. Example. Here is a triangle where there are two angles given and a side given, but we're going to find side A. Since we're not going to find side A without using A over sine A is equal to C over sine C, so we need to find angle C, which is 180 minus the sum of the two given angles, which is angle A and angle B. So it will become C is equal to 105. So continuing it, x is over sine 45 degrees is equal to 13 over sine 105 degrees. So x is equal to 13 times sine 45 degrees over sine 105 degrees. Then x is equal to 9.192 over 0.966. And x is equal to 9.52. So, side A is equal. Another example. So for C, where A is equal to 9.1, B is equal to 12, and A is equal to 35 degrees. So we're going to use here sine A over A is equal to sine B over B. Then it will become sine 35 degrees over 9.1 is equal to sine B over 12. Sine B is equal to 12 sine 35 degrees over 9.1. Then B is equal to sine negative 1, 0.7564. Then B is equal to 49.1 degrees. But B has two possible solutions. This is a special case. Both solutions are shown below. Case 1 and case 2. Case 1. C is equal to 180 degrees minus 35 degrees plus 49 degrees, which is 96 degrees. So sine A over A is equal to sine C over C, which is sine 35 degrees over 9.1 is equal to sine 96 degrees over C. Then C is equal to 9.1 sine 96 degrees over sine 35 degrees. So side C is equal to 16. And case 2, C is equal to 180 degrees minus 35 degrees plus 131 degrees. So it will become 14 degrees. So sine 35 degrees over 9.1 is equal to sine 14 degrees over C. So C is equal to 9.1 sine 14 degrees over sine 35 degrees. And it will become 3.8. So side C is equal to 3.8. So the answers are solution 1 is 16 and solution 2 is 3.8. Summary of laws. Below are the possible solutions of a triangle, given two sides and the angle opposite one of them. Number 1. If A is an acute angle and A is greater than or equal to B, then there is exactly one solution. Number 2. If A is an acute angle and A is less than B, there are three possibilities. A. Two solutions when A is greater than B, sine A. B. One solution when A is equal to B, sine A. And no solution when A less than B, sine A. Number 3. If A is an obtuse or right angle, there are two possibilities. If A is less than or equal to B, then there is no solution. If A is greater than B, then there is one solution. Here is another summary of laws. 3 sides, cosine law. 2 sides and included angle is cosine law. 2 sides and an angle opposite one side is special sine law. 1 side and 2 angles is sine law. Here are some practice exercises. I hope you understood all the laws, cosine and sine laws. So please answer these exercises. So just comment if you want the answers. So yeah. Bye bye.